to so-called trends and the world. This is Six Towns Radio.
Boots, Bats and Balls is sponsored by nextbet.co.uk.
We've got Dave in from NextBet. Tell us about NextBet and to give us a few betting tips this week.
Okay,
Morning, Dave. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, fantastic. First up, just tell us a little bit about NextBet, if you don't mind, and how it came about.
Yeah, sure. NextBet came about really through me because what happens is I was winning a lot of money through betting, and what I would do, I wouldn't do it like a normal person would do, where they would go and just put a bet on the favourite teams or the big teams versus the small teams. And I've been a perfectionist, so what I would do is I'd go through and I'd research loads and loads of games just to find 4 or 5 games that would win. And by doing that, I won constantly. I won thousands just betting through research. I didn't do it, just guessing who would win.
Yeah.
I would work out which ones are going to win and what margins they're going to win by. And by doing that, I won a lot of money. So I started telling my friends about it and showing them which ones I was going to pick. And they started winning money. So you're like, why don't we start a company doing this? So, we got together and we started putting the research in every day, whereas I was doing it once, twice a week. We started doing it every day, and we provided that as a service, and it's really taken off since then.
In terms of, can you divulge numbers, or is it, it's very popular, I understand?
Yeah, it's very popular. I can't really say how many members we've got, but it's certainly more than we expected by now.
Yeah.
And it's growing every day.
And it started when?
It started in November, so we've gone really quick to where we are. But of course, people are going to join if we're winning all the time, which we are more often than not.
And you've got a great return rate in terms of some of your tipping.
Yeah, what we'll do is maybe get 1-2 wrong a day, but more often than not, we get 100%. And if we do get one wrong, it's through bad luck. If you look at yesterday, we got 2 tips wrong out of 7. But we got all the shortlist right and the punt right and everything else. And the 2 wrong, the team had 21 shots and didn't score a goal. You can't predict that they're not going to score a goal with 21 shots.
Unless you're Liverpool.
Liverpool screwed us over the other day with that. West Brom had a shot in the 70th minute, the first shot, and scored. Those things, all we can do is tell you who the better team are and who should win that game.
Yeah.
It's up to the players on the pitch to actually do the business.
Yeah, so it's not a guaranteed return, of course, and we're betting, obviously, all the usual rules apply over 18 and that sort of thing. So, and only afford to bet what you can afford to lose.
Yeah, certainly. Obviously, gambling, you're putting money down to get more back. There's always risk involved, but we try and take as much risk out as possible.
Yeah. So, just in terms of the sort of things you're looking at, then, Dave, in terms of the, when you're really going down into the minutiae of each game and selecting 4 from thousands that are played every game worldwide, in fact. Yeah,
what we will do is we will look at everything. We will look at the history of that fixture, make sure they're not a bogey team. If you look at Stoke v West Brom, they've only played 27 times and Stoke have won it 20 times and drawn the other 7. Those kind of things have to be taken into account. And then you go and look at league position, goals scored, goals conceded, how the form's been lately, away, home. We look at all those things, and if something's not right, we don't tip it.
Yeah.
We look at all that sort of stuff.
So what can people actually see when they subscribe to the site?
What they'll see is every day we give out 7 tips. We give out 2 very likelies, which we call green tips. We use it as a traffic light system.
Yeah.
2 would be green, and then they're low odds, and they are very, very likely to come in. And then we give 5 amber tips, which are the very good chance of coming in. And then we give a red punt, red for risk. Yesterday we tipped that Mario Balotelli and Mario Mandzukic would both score, and they both did. Those kind of things. You can see from how players are playing as well that they're going to score. We watch football all the time. It's on in the office 24/7. So they get those 7 tips plus the punt, and then what we've also started doing is giving a short list of games that didn't quite make it. So we almost did and then didn't, because we only give the short list out because we found that the short list was coming in all the time. Like yesterday, 100% on short list. Day before, 100% on shortlist. Yeah. So it's like, don't throw them away, give them out. So what we also do then is we put the games into doubles and trebles at the bottom of the page and tell you low risk, high risk, medium risk, and let you work out which one you want to go for. And then what we've also started doing now is, if you check our Twitter, you'll see that we've landed like 100 to 1, 80 to 1 shots just in the office, going, take a bit of extra risk. I think that one's going to come in. So we've been putting those out there. And last week we were 1 goal off landing 100 to 1. So we put an 80 to 1 out today to reduce the risk a little bit.
And you see, you show betting slips on there that paid out, and ridiculous numbers on some of them as well, isn't there?
Yeah, at the end of most days, we're getting inundated with tweets from people that have used our service and won. It's going really well. People are winning money, and people are winning quite a lot of money. Obviously, the odd person's going to lose, but in the long run, they are going to win with us because we do that research for them. If you work out the cost, it's like $4.99 a month, which is less than 17p a day for someone, a team of people to sit down and research games all over the world for you. Sure, it's worth that.
Yeah, so it's a £5 a month or £5 a week.
It's £5 a month.
Yeah.
People can cancel at any time as well. It's in your PayPal. You can just go in, cancel whenever you want. You're in charge of it.
Okay, so you promised us some free tips today, and it's probably you very rarely give much away. I mean, all this is a paid service, and again, it says only 17p a day, so it's worth having a look at. I think if you do have a bet, it's worth having a look at, certainly. But in terms of your free tips, Dave,
okay, yeah,
do you want to share one of those with us? Just let's tease the audience. So just give them one for today and explain why.
Yeah, okay. This one didn't actually make it to the tips today, but it was a close call to going in there, and it's FC Twente, Steve McLaren's team in Holland. Recently, they didn't get in there because recently they'd not won in the last 4. But today they play rock bottom, who have collected 13 points out of a possible 66. Now, the last time these two teams met, Twente won 6-2 and 4-0. So, it looks like a game with goals in it, but it didn't make it to the website, even though it's a really good team versus the poor team. Just because of the recent form, we omit things like that. But I really do think they're going to win. And the bookies do too. The odds are like 1.18. So what I would do if I was going to bet on it is a -1 handicap. So the team's got to win like 2-0. They've got to win, but they start a goal down
by more than the clear.
Yeah, odds on that give you like 1.53. It's definitely worth doing.
Yeah. So it's not massive odds, but it does include them in a double or a treble.
Yeah, you include them in a double or a treble. The money soon piles up because it's multiplied. So if you put all the tips I give out today and they win, you're getting at least 5-6 times your money back.
So FC Twente, as Steve McLaren would say. Are that your first tip of the day?
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
Just tell us about the GoalMole. I might have a little tune for you in a second, but tell us a little about GoalMole and what he does, and it's about both teams to score, that sort of thing.
The GoalMole was actually my friend's idea. Matt Wilcox, he's a local businessman. Basically because he's based on me. I'm short-sighted, so I can barely see. And he's like, you need a GoalMole, so when you need a goal, it'll go in. So I got a local creator, illustrator guy, Dave Burgess, to create a video, and we use it whenever we need a goal, which invariably it comes because we tip the right team to win. So it really does work for us. So we send him all around the world every day. So today he might be making an appearance. I'm sure you've all seen the video.
So you plead for him to go out and.
Yeah, we beg him go out to Kuwait, Algeria, everywhere. Please get us a goal.
And he pops up on the pitch, strips the keeper up, and
everyone plays the video, and hopefully, it comes right.
There it goes. Here's a clip from the GoalMole.
NextBet, we want goal. NextBet, we want goal. NextBet, we want goal. NextBet, we want goal. GoalMole, 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 squeaky bum time.
Yeah, squeaky bum time.
Yeah, you probably need to see the video to go with it.
Yeah, I've seen the video. It's very entertaining. Yeah. But so that's the GoalMole. He often pops up and gets a goal for you.
He does, yeah. On the odd occasion, he pops up and puts a bump in the pitch, stopping a goal as well.
Yeah. Okay. Just in terms of, I've had a look at the site this week, and I think I know a little bit about betting, but I'm not au fait with things like +2 and. Yeah, expect to both teams to score, all them sort of things. Where can you find all those odds, Dave?
The best site for us is Bet365 because we research throughout the world. We have games in Kuwait and these countries that you wouldn't usually bet in.
Yeah.
So we find a lot of sites don't cover them. So we use Bet365. Then on there you've got multiple options. Now one option we use is Draw No Bet, which is different to Double Chance where you could win or draw because you only get the win if they win. If the game ends in a draw, you get your money back, or if it's in an accumulator, that one is void and the accumulator carries on without it. What that does is that reduces the risk a little bit for people if the game does end in a draw, because it's football, anything really could happen. So we try and take the risk out of it. If we get a good enough odds, we'll offer Draw No Bet, because if we really think it's going to win. And what that'll do is just gives that added security of if it doesn't win, you're going to get your money back because they're not going to lose.
Okay, and both teams to score. That is what it says on the tin.
Yeah, exactly what it says on the tin. Both teams have got to score. We only use that when it's two high-scoring teams with poor defences, and it's got a history of goals in that fixture. Like if you look at a Real Madrid, Man United, I think there was a bunch of goals last time they played, even though it was 7 years ago. But one thing those teams have both got in common is quality goal scorers. So you're going to use that.
Yeah, certainly. Okay, we'll play a song and come back after this. New Order and Regret there. Back to Dave from nextbet.co.uk. Dave, 30 games with goals. Tell us about 30 games with goals.
Yeah, sure. Basically, this is 30 games that are going to have goals. Now, what we do at the top of the page is we give you a green, amber and red light, or what it tells you over 2.5, over 1.5 goals. So those games we think are going to have goals in them. We'll have someone sitting in the office for 2 days going through fixtures, trying to find out which ones are going to have it. I think on that at the moment, we don't keep proper track of it, but I think it's about 90% success rate of which ones are right and which ones are wrong.
So I mean, all the Premier League ones you tipped last week, I checked them all. Yeah. I didn't bet on them, to be honest. I thought I'll have a look at this and see what's what, and they all came in. I think one of the Championship ones, did Leeds let them down last week?
Leeds always let everybody down.
Dirty Leeds.
We drew 90th minute equaliser against Wolves, yeah.
So they both scored though, didn't they?
We both scored,
yeah. It's not the case then, mate.
We lost to Borough midweek if it was that one.
No, I can't remember which one it was, but it was last weekend. You only do these at weekends, don't you?
Yeah, you've got to be careful of the Championship as well. It's probably the most unpredictable league. Like if you look at Watford, we tipped them the other week because they've got an amazing run of form, and in the game we tipped them, they took off the best players. They didn't play him. They Vidru's insane in that league. He's on loan from Italy.
Yeah.
Just didn't play him and lost. I'm like, what's going on? So. Championship, we tried to. I don't think we've even included it today because it's so unpredictable.
Right, okay. So you come on today to give us a few tips. So you give us FG20. What else, Dave?
Okay, this one's actually a green tip today. It's a very likely one.
So this is one that appears in your
this is one that'll be on the website with reasoning. Like we don't just give a tip; we give reasoning why it should happen as well. Yeah. Obviously, Everton are playing Oldham today. Now Oldham took out Liverpool in the last round, but I can't see it happening today. You wouldn't say it would happen last time, but I really can't see it happening today, especially since Oldham are now managerless in this game, and you got David Moyes actually in the last year of his contract at Everton. He's definitely looking silverware, and this has got to be his best chance to get it.
So you're predicting that Everton? I'm
predicting that Everton will win, but you're going to get small odds on that. It's 1.33, which is 1 to 3.
Yeah.
If you really want to take a risk, go for 1.72, which is 8 to 15. Also in that game, look out for Fellaini. He's going to be a key player.
Yeah, so I think you mentioned Fellaini may score.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, 90 bets. Tell us about 90 bets. So that's one thing I didn't mention, and has that come off?
Yeah, what happened with 90 bets is a member of the staff in the office came up with this idea that if you did 90 bets and started with £10 and put your entire so you will do a bet on 1 to 10. So you put £10 on 1 to 10, you get 11 back. You put that 11 on your next bet, and you get the return again, and you go again and again and again with your return. If you do that 90 times in a row, £10 turns into 50,000. Now, we've not achieved that because it's obviously hard to get 90 bets in a row right, but we've definitely got 45 in a row right and turned into 1,400 quid before.
Yeah,
so even if you don't go all the way, you can make a few hundred quid out of it.
You get to £5 back every time.
Yeah, I mean, 1 to 10 is one of the smallest odds you can get, and over 0.5 goals in a game. How simple is that? It's just avoid a 0-0 and you're there.
Yeah. So, interesting stuff. Thank you very much for popping in this morning. Really appreciate your support with Boots, Bats and Balls. I'm sure it'll be a long and fruitful relationship. Hopefully some of these tips you've given us today, so FC20 and Everton so far, and we'll let Dave go now, but he's going to leave a couple of tips behind, so stay tuned. And we'll get Philippa to read those tips out a bit later.
Also, I've got to mention my cousin Charlie in Charlottesville's listening in, and he said I've got to give him a shout out.
Okay,
so there you go.
Charlie, and where?
He's in Charlottesville, Virginia, in America.
Right, okay.
So international audience.
Excellent. Okay, thank you very much, Dave.